Hey everyone, it is Wednesday and I haven't posted a video in a little while. I was trying to kind of take a break. I had a lot of stuff going on. If you hear children in the background, my kids just got home from school. And the baby would not let me do this video while she was home by herself. So now they're cutting up in there and I've asked them to be quiet, but children will be children. So Friday, my oldest daughter, well, let's start back on Wednesday of last week. Wednesday of last week, my daughter did not go to school. She was having a lot of stomach pain. She, said her stomach felt weird. Thursday, she felt well enough to go to school. Friday, she was not feeling well again. I brought her to the hospital where they diagnosed her with constipation. The hospital only took an x-ray and basically told me to give her Miralax only. I was told not to I was told I could also give her magnesium citrate, which is what I take on a regular basis because everyone needs magnesium. But I was told not to give it to her every single day because it's not good for the body. I'm not sure how that works. Because everyone needs magnesium. So she was able to use the restroom over the weekend. I brought her for a follow-up. Every time you have a hospital visit, you have to follow up with your pediatrician. It is what's recommended, so I did. Our pediatrician has been with us for 14 years now. So I brought her to the pediatrician. I let him know what was going on because she has been having this stomach pain for a couple months now. And I would ask her, are you using the bathroom? And she'd say, yeah, I am, but it's just not really a lot. And I have a feeling that it was IBS. The symptoms that she's having are symptoms that I usually have. I no longer suffer these symptoms because of my change in the way that I eat. I'm only carnivore. I only eat meat, and so these issues have resolved. I did discuss with her doctor at the hospital and the doctor that is her pediatrician, and both agreed that we need to change her eating habits. No processed foods, sugars, and clean vegetables and meat. They want her to be on a low-fat, good, non-red meat diet. Both doctors suggested not allowing her to eat dairy products. As some of y'all know, I no longer eat dairy products as well. It may be something I add into my diet again later on, but for right now, neither of us are eating dairy products. They did suggest yogurt, but something about the lactose in milk, it's harder for the body to break down. So later on, once she has these issues that she's having with her digestion sorted out more, we can try some lactose-free milk. Her pediatrician also said that it's best if she doesn't take magnesium citrate every day. He recommends Miralax, which is something our body doesn't need. It's a foreign substance. He suggested that she take it once a day, twice a day if she's not going twice a day, or every other day if she's going too often, which I'm not doing. I am giving her magnesium citrate. She's getting 160 milligrams a day. The bottle that I have suggests that you take 3 of them for 500 milligrams. So she's only getting 1. And she's also getting a probiotic. It's like 12 strain probiotic. It's the one that I take. And the doctor said that was fine. So in the midst of him discussing everything with us, he let her know that she needed to come back in June for her annual visit. At that time, she will have some blood work done, which I was happy to hear because I wanted to discuss blood work with him. So the hospital told me that they do not test for IBS or any other kind of sickness or illness or disease. But I brought it up with the pediatrician once he had stated that she needed to come back for blood work. I asked what type of blood work they will be doing, and he said just the regular like blood count, and cholesterol, things like that. And I asked him if he can test her for celiac disease, which would be like a gluten allergy. And I was very surprised whenever he said, yes, we will test her for that. He had already discussed with him that I have IBS constipation, and he actually said that testing her for inflammation in her body through a routine panel, when he does draw blood from her, can test for inflammation in her body. So I'm really excited that the doctor is taking this very seriously, and he is going to test her for several different things that I believe that she needs to be tested for. When she was very, very young, and she would eat corn at school, she would come home and she would throw up a lot. One time we were visiting Dee, and we stepped outside for a second and came back in, and she had literally thrown up from one side of her house all the way to the other side, and it was a lot. And I asked her, Sylvia, what happened today? And she says, well, I ate some corn at school. And so I brought this up to the doctor. This is not the first time that she's had digestive issues. And he just refused to believe that she had an allergy to gluten. He refused to believe that it was IBS constipation when she was having digestive issues other than throwing up. Something is going on in her body. So that is all we know right now about her medical issues that she's having. After we left the doctor's office Monday, we went to Walmart. I decided I needed to get a new phone. I had dropped the one that I was using several times. The glass was falling out of it, literally. I would be doing a video or anything on my phone, and the video would end on its own. The screen was being pressed because of the broken glass, so if I was doing something, it would freeze, or it would like jump off of it or touch stuff that I shouldn't have. Hey, go in there and do your homework. I'm not playing with you. Thank you. So I went to Walmart, and I found out that they had some unlocked phones available, and then they had some T-Mobile phones available. And I wanted to check out one of the phones that were unlocked, and the person who was working there told me that I could not take the phone out of the box. And so that made me decide that I wanted to go ahead and get a T-Mobile phone, and just take my phone number off my plan, off my parents' plan, and get my own line and just pay for it, because sometimes I have the money to pay for my own phone. Not always, but my dad does pay for my phone bill for me, just so that I'm able to get in contact with them if anything was to happen with me or my children. And also because I do a lot of business for them. They have a woodworking business. They live about 2 hours from me, but I advertise for them. That is what my job is to do with their business. It is a family business, so that is my job. I advertise for them, I take orders for them, and I make sure that everyone is contacted when need be. And so they make sure that I have a phone at all times. They're paying about $30 a month for my line, and so I explained to this man that I need my phone number, and he says, no, that's no problem, we'll go ahead and do it. It was a promotion through T-Mobile with Walmart for new customers, but the the employee told me that it would be no problem to go ahead and get this this new line, and that I would be able to call them afterwards and set up my phone number to be transferred from one account line to another, like a new line, new account. So I paid for the phone. I got home. I called T-Mobile, asked them. Also, the man told me that my monthly bill would be $45 a month. He did say that it's usually $50, but he was going to put it in the computer as $45, and I did see him type it in And I had a piece of paper that said that my bill was $45 a month. So I called T-Mobile when I got home, which I drove 45 minutes because my pediatrician is in Baton Rouge, so I went to the Walmart closest to the doctor's office. So I drove back home 45 minutes, contacted T-Mobile, and T-Mobile told me that I could not transfer my phone number over because the promotion for the cheaper phone, it was a $108 discount on the phone if you got a new line or like a new account, that it has to be like a brand new number, which is what I had, but I was wanting to transfer my old number to this new phone. And I asked her, I said, well, how much do I need to pay for if I decide to transfer that line to this new account with a different phone? I could just get another phone, keep this number, keep my old number, and just transfer my chip into another phone. And she told me it was gonna be $100 plus tax. And that seemed like a bit much to me. So I asked her, well, how much money am I paying for this phone line right now? And she said it was a $65 plan. And I told her I did not want to pay that much. And I asked her if I could just end the service and continue to use the phone that I had just bought on the promotion. And she said no, that I would have to bring the phone back to the Walmart that I had purchased it at, which I didn't want to do because it was a 45 minutes drive back from there where I just been at. And I was in the Walmart for probably a good 3 hours trying to get this phone into my name. So I drove all the way back there with all my children. I had to wait for them to get off the bus, and they ate. And I went back, and it took forever. So I left here around 4:30 maybe, and then I didn't get home until 9 o'clock that night. Finally got it situated. When the man was deactivating the account that I had just purchased, I said, well, I guess I'm going to buy the unlocked phone that I didn't really want. It's an outdated phone, and the reviews online were horrible. And he's like, no, I have something better for you. I have a Metro PCS phone. It's a T-Mobile phone, but it's for Metro PCS, because Metro PCS is a company that's branched off of T-Mobile. And he says, if I just put the chip on it, it'll work immediately. It's a $40 phone. It's on rollback right now. I checked it out. It was $39 on rollback, and it was initially $79 before the rollback at Walmart. So I bought that phone. He put my chip in it, and it works great. I'm not sure why he would not tell me about the phone before, when I was telling him I just needed to get a phone for T-Mobile service that was already active. But if this video is better than usual, that's why. Leave it in the comment section below if you like the quality of this video better. It's louder, and the screen, the picture on the screen is just clearer to me, and it's visually, I really like it. It works really, really well. I like the whole functionality of this phone. I like the other phone as well, but this one seems like more a better quality phone. So that is what happened with my phone. The baby is using the other one. I put a screen protector over it so she doesn't cut her fingers on the glass. And it does function to watch videos. I use a parent's parental app on the phone, so that she can't go into the other apps or anything on there. So it's not like the phone can bounce it back and forth to different options. And actually, since that phone has been deactivated, like it's no longer on a service, it's actually acting a whole lot better than it was. I'm not really having a whole lot of issues with the phone acting up the way that it was. So today is Wednesday. Yesterday, the children did not go to school because there was a storm that was going to come past. A lot of people were upset because schools were canceled, and people were being told to take caution because last Friday we had a storm blow through, which did not cause any damage in Louisiana. I believe in Alabama and another state, there was really, really bad damage because of tornadoes, and people were upset because they thought that Louisiana wasn't going to be in the clear again for this storm. However, there was a lot of wind. We didn't get a whole lot of rain, but the little amount of time that it did rain, it rained very hard. But once the storm kind of like passed through Louisiana, there was some tornadoes that branched off and did a lot of destruction in New Orleans. So please have your thoughts and prayers on the people of New Orleans who have damage to their homes, because some people lost everything last night, which is very sad. And then this morning, well, last night I messaged my daughter's teachers about the doctor's visit that she had on Monday. So while we were there at the doctor had wrote a form. She filled out a form saying that she cannot have dairy, that she needs to be able to go to the bathroom at all times. Because of COVID, they are not allowing her to use the bathroom whenever she needs to, which is not, it's legally, they cannot deny your children a right to use the bathroom. So if you're having trouble with your children's schools, not allowing them to use the restroom whenever they need to, it's against the law to tell a child that they are not allowed to use the bathroom whenever their natural bodily functions, or saying, I need to go to the bathroom. She is having trouble with that. The teachers will not allow her to leave the classroom by herself. They have to go as a class at their assigned time slot. They are on a complete schedule now. It happened for a little while, but the doctor did write down no dairy and bathroom whenever she needs to. The importance of the no dairy is when she has her meals for breakfast and for lunch, they only allow children who have a note that's saying they are lactose intolerant to have juice. All other students are forced to drink milk. Milk is not necessary for any children who are above the age to be weaned. Animals do not drink milk once they are weaned. Children should not drink milk once they are old enough to eat regular food. My baby is almost 3 and she still has milk. She takes milk with her naps, but soon she will not get milk anymore. So I don't agree with them being forced to drink milk. I sent a copy of this letter to both of her teachers last night. Both replied saying, thank you for sending this information. We'll do what we can. And then when she got to school, she was told that she was not allowed to have juice because the nurse had not seen the information that she had gave the office. The teachers did not make any kind of attempt to notify the nurse of the issues that she's having, even though I sent in a letter over before nighttime the day before. So yesterday evening, I came home, I took a picture of the letter, and I sent it to both of her teachers, which both responded. So very disappointed that they did not take care of that for her. And they did. One of her teachers did respond back saying that he did allow her to bring the paper to the office first thing as soon as she arrived at school, while they were calling out, doing roll call. But that the nurse had not contacted him back in response until after school ended today. But because of this issue, this people not talking, communicating with each other, she was not allowed to have anything to drink for breakfast, with her breakfast, or with her lunch. The children do have water bottles in class, but I'm sure she's a 10-year-old little girl, and I'm sure she didn't think, oh, maybe I should bring something to drink with me into the lunchroom. I'm not even sure if that's an option, if she can bring water into the lunchroom, but the school does supply her with water bottle. But hopefully tomorrow that will be resolved. On to another note. It is weigh-in Wednesday. However, I'm not weighing in. I just ate some chicken. I had some pork today. And that's it. I ate some pork this morning. I ate some chicken just now. It's 3:30 now. I'm eating when I'm hungry. I'm not eating when I'm not hungry. I don't want to weigh in. I may weigh in on the 1st of every month. I'm not even going to measure myself. I don't need to know what I weigh. I don't need to know what I'm measuring. I know that I'm constantly losing weight, and I just need to focus on eating meat, and that's it. So if you are on this journey of changing what you are eating and you are carnivore, just eat when you're hungry and stop eating when you're not. Simple as that, and that's all I'm doing. And I feel great. I feel really, really good. I still go to sleep probably around like 10:30 to 11:30, and I wake up at 6:30 every morning. Sometimes just a little bit earlier, depending on if the children wake me up whenever they get up, because sometimes they get up earlier than their alarm is set for. And I feel great. Something else I wanted to discuss. So I was having some trouble with my rabbit, Lily. As you know, she had 9 babies. Yesterday, she only... Was it yesterday? Monday. She only had 4 left. 2 of them were very skinny, and 2 of them were not. I picked her up. I tried to feed her babies for the last 3 or 4 days. Just trying to help those that were really thin. And I just kept losing them. They just kept passing away. So I made a decision to pull Sarah's babies and give them to Juniper. And then I took Lily's babies and gave them to Sarah. Juniper is raising 6 babies perfectly fine. She's had 6 or 7 babies before several times and raises them great. They're all mini Rex. And Sarah now has Lily's babies, which are going to be larger. There's 4 of them, and they are all fat and healthy now. The 2 that were thin are no longer thin, and they are doing great. I did sell Lily. Rabbits who are not producers here on this farmstead do not stay. If they do not provide for me, they're not going to stay. It's heartbreaking that she has so many babies and then she loses them. Last year, probably around this time, she had 13 babies, which is the most she's ever had. Even more than her mama had before. In the litter that Lily came from, her mama had 11 and lost 1, so she raised 10. So she has the potential to have and raise a lot of babies, but for some reason it seems like every time she has a litter, there's a runt, or there's a 1 or 2 that die, or at one time she lost the whole litter. So it's not, it's against, in order to keep her here, it will be against everything that we work for, which is productive animals that provide for us. And losing 5 babies is a hard hit emotionally and financially. So we had to make that decision. When I say we, I mean me. I had to make that decision, and Lily was one of my favorites. She went to a friend of mine down the street, and I really hope that he has better success with her, because I did not. And that is all for now. It's I've been talking for a good while. So thank you all for watching. If you got this far, thank you so much. Leave it in the comment section below how you feel like this video quality is, so I know if this phone is better or not. And if you have any comments or concerns, or even if you disagree with me, leave it in the comment section below. If you are not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. There's a bell next to it. If you choose all, it will notify you of all videos that I post from now on. So thanks for watching, everybody. Are you blessed? Bye.